community leadership disputes. On several occasions, we have made effort to seek the intervention of the local government chairmen to tell us exactly who the authentic leaders are. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to our community leaders. Leadership is ordained by God. If you don't have it today, you have it tomorrow. If you don't have it tomorrow, your children will have it in their own time.
Now, on his part, President of the Movement for the Survival of Izo Ethnic Nationality, MOSIENT, Dr. Kennedy West, commended Peniel for constantly engaging stakeholders from the host communities. He spoke alongside the King of Eleme, Dr. Philip Obele Osaro.
Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited, you are getting it right. The essence of federal government engaging local companies to manned pipelines to add to the military is to give it stakeholder community content. And this is exactly what you're doing.
One of the things we, the local people, have been able to use in recognizing you is always being in touch with us, to fill our pulse, to listen to us, to hear us out. And again, we are here today for them to hear us out and to carry our feedback to those they are representing.
Our correspondent reports that scores of traditional rulers, opinion leaders, and youth attended the forum. Certificates of recognition were presented to local oil surveillance firms. In the meantime, security chiefs in Rivers State have visited Oba Ebe Mandoni local government area. It is in continuation with the stakeholders meeting directed by the Rivers State Sole Administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas. Speaking during the visit, the Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, CP Olubenga Adeboju, stressed the need to protect government assets. CP Adeboju also directed the people of Onelga to work with the council administrator to ensure things work. He said security agencies want a situation where everyone will sleep with their two eyes closed. The security chiefs inspected St. Stephen Primary School, the health center in Omoko, and the local government area council. On the spot, the Onelga Sole Administrator, Dr. Chukwuma Ajie, who hosted the meeting in Omoko, commended the engagement, describing it as a timely visit, especially for communities facing security challenges. According to a statement by his special assistant media, Humble Samuel, he said the success of the Idu Osobile youth election held for the first time in years was clear evidence of progress. Now, he praised the state sole administrator for reaching out to the grassroots and applauded security agencies for restoring peace in the area, noting that Onelga is now safe and open to investors. He urged stakeholders to support the state government and security agencies by providing useful information. He also encouraged youth to embrace productivity and positive engagement. The statement says CP Adeboju responded to concerns raised by directing that unresolved complaints be submitted in writing through the Onelga administrator for onward transmission to the state government. He said the meeting brought together security agencies, traditional rulers, youth, women groups, religious leaders, local vigilante groups, and market associations. Coming up next, the federal government reacts to popular preachers' comment on salt intake. Stay with us.
The Sacred This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The PDP leader in Ward 12, Ozuzu Elele, in Eche local government area, Michael Amadi, says the people of Ward 12, Ozuzu Elele, passed a vote of confidence in President Bola Tinubu. In a statement, he expressed support for the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, commending his alignment with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The statement further endorsed President Tinubu for a second term in 2027, citing his bold reforms and commitment to national development. The statement praised the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Eche local government area under Prince Emma Anyanwu for steering the party to victory in the last general elections. Meanwhile, the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, has officially adopted President Bola Tinubu as its candidate for the 2027 presidential election. Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo made the announcement at Alex Ekweme Square in Awka during the president's working visit to the state. He said APGA and the All Progressive Congress, APC, would work together during the election as both parties share a common belief in progressivism. Earlier, President Bola Tinubu was conferred with a chieftaincy title by all the royal fathers from the 179 communities of Anambra State. In another development, a non-indigenous group in Rivers State, the Nigerian Ethnic Forum, has appealed to President Tinubu to restore democracy in Rivers State by reinstating Governor Siminalayi Fubara and other elected officials ahead of the country's 26th Democracy Day celebration. The group made the appeal in a statement issued after a stakeholders meeting held in Port Harcourt yesterday. The statement signed by its leader, Uchenna Okokoba, said it will be unjust for Nigeria to commemorate its 26th Democracy Day when a democratically elected governor of Rivers State and other officials are suspended from their offices. They said they believe that Mr. President, who has actively been a Democrat, will act in the best interest of Rivers State and Nigeria at large by lifting the suspensions. The group, however, pledged its support for the Tinubu administration. It commended Governor Fubara for the support he has extended to non-indigenous people of the state and called on him to consider the non-indigenous structure in the state in whatever understanding, alignment, and realignment in his effort to secure the best interests of the state and its progress. Away from that, the head of Rumu Amadi Ojukwu community in Rupoko clan, Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, Napoleon Amadi, says the people of the community have debunked the claims by Eze Temple Nwolo that he is the sole owner of Ohia Mbakere farmland. The property is housing the SPDC Manifold and Heirs Energies company lacked metering devices. Speaking at a press conference, Amadi said it is a distortion of historical facts and an affront against Rumu Amadi Ojukwu community and the three subfamilies of Rumu Wogo family, Rumu Amadi Elebo family, and the Rumu Ajuwo families, who he said are the bona fide owners of the said land. He said the Ohia Mbakere land is not personal property of Eze Nwolo, rather it is jointly owned by the four families, namely the Rumu Amadi Ojukwu family, now a community, the Rumu Wogo family, the Rumu Amadi Elebo family, and the Rumu Ajuwo family, which make up the Rumu Ijima community.
Ohia Mbakere land, Rumu Ijima located along Port Harcourt to Owerri Road, where the SPDC manifold situates, and adjoining land where the Heirs Energies and company installed that lacked metering and devices, belong to Rumu Amadi Ojukwu community and the three other sub-units that make up the Rumu Ijima community. Ezekiel Owolo, that is making that claim, I've made it crystal clear that he is not. His claim is complete fallacy. The land belongs to all of us because the land in question is an inheritance from our forefathers.
Amadi, however, advised Heirs Energies company and the general public not to have any dealings with any individual claiming ownership of Ohia Mbakere farmland without the consent of the Rumu Amadi Ojukwu community, Rumu Wogo, Rumamadi Elebo and Rumajuwo families.
Any transaction or dealing in regards to this Oyambakere without the consent of Roma Amadojuku community, Roma Wogu, Roma Amade Lebo, and Roma Juwon family is null and void. The public should take note. The company dealing with any other person without Amadojuku community and other community mentioned here is null and void. Chairman Benson can never be an elder in Roma Amadojuku community than I, Elder Napoleon Amadi. Chairman, we don't know him as the elder in Roma Amadojuku. But I, Napoleon Amadi Elder, Roma community.
Well, in other news, the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare has addressed growing concerns over a viral video in which a respected religious leader urges Nigerians to disregard medical advice on salt consumption. In a statement released Wednesday and signed by Deputy Director of Information and Public Relations, Alaba Balogu, the ministry cautioned against misinformation that endangers public health. While acknowledging the significant influence of religious leaders in society, the ministry emphasized that excessive salt intake poses serious health risks. The statement said that according to global health guidelines, including those from the World Health Organization and the federal government, daily salt intake should not exceed 5 grams, which is about 1 teaspoon. We're going to a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the news.
Special announcement.
And religions around the world have offered their congratulations and well wishes to the new Pope Leo XIV. Robert Prevost is the first North American pontiff to be elected leader of the Catholic Church. U.S. President Donald Trump has called it a great honor to have a pope from the U.S. The new pope will later today celebrate Mass in the Sistine Chapel alongside the cardinals that chose him. That's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Reaction is trailing the delayed response to Ikata oil spill. Bodo community has dragged Shell back to court. Security chiefs have visited Onelga. APGA has adopted President Tinubu as their candidate for 2027 presidential election. The federal government has faulted popular preachers' comment on salt intake as they warn that daily salt intake should not exceed about 1 teaspoon. On the foreign scene, world leaders are congratulating the new pope. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.